Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha. Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Dhyanamulam Guror Murtihi Mantramulam Guror Vakyam. Pujamulam Guror Padam Mokshamulam Guror Krupa. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 6th of June 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to the one Supreme Paramatma residing everywhere at all times in all situations and in the heart of every single being. We are continuing to examine Ātma-Nivedanam Bhakti. This is the 9th devotion out of the series that is shown in the Bhagavatam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnuhu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Ātma-Nivedanam. So this Ātma-Nivedanam is the culmination in this 9-level sequence. All 8 are the foundation for this 9th development of total surrender. Ātma-Nivedanam means mind, body, senses. Everything is at the feet of the Lord. It is an internal transmutation where the relationship with Ishta Devata, Bhagwan Shankar, Bhagwan Ram, any of the forms of Devi, Gayatri Devi, whichever form in the Sanatan Dharma that we are connecting with, there is a total absolute connection, unflinching connection. How amazing is that? It's a tremendous thing, right? So that unflinching connection is the goal in the entire Vaishnava parampara. So there are 5 major paramparas as far as Upasana is concerned. Just for your information, you might know this already. There is the worship of Ganeshji. This is one parampara. There is the worship of Surya Narayan. That is another parampara. There is the worship of Bhagwan Vishnu and the incarnations of Vishnu. Another parampara. There is the Shaiva parampara, Bhagwan Shankar ki Upasana. And there is the Shakta parampara, the Devi Upasana. These are 5 major Upasana paramparas throughout the Sanatana Dharma that have gone on for thousands of years. They are all connected together, and in fact, they all are leading to only the same Tattva, that is the Brahman. As even Shankaracharya ji has written stotras on all 5 devatas, on all 5 incarnations. He's written, tremendous commentaries on the Gita and all that. But for example, like Saundarya Lahiri, this is Saundarya Lahiri, it's a book right here I'm holding. That is a tremendous exposition on Devi. So Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya ji, even though he's an Advaitic philosopher, Advaitic Tattva Darshan and that Advaitic standpoint, 80% of his literature is all Bhakti literature. You see, and why is that? Because he knows very well that ordinary person is not just going to be in just Aham Brahmasmi, aisa nahi hota. We have body, mind, senses, causal body, the 5 sheaths, Annamaya Kosh, Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanmaya Kosh, Anandmaya Kosh. These layers are there. And then the Atma Tattvam is the essence behind all of that. So to pierce through, that is why the Upasana of Saguna Brahman, or what is called the God with form, is necessary. It's very interesting. So these stotras that Shankaracharya ji wrote, he wrote them as a doorway into the Nirguna Brahman. This is his viewpoint. The other Acharyas kind of reverse that thing. But anyway, that's another subject. The point is simply that 9 forms of devotion begin to open towards one Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata means one singular focus with Puja Bhav for all the other incarnations of God. So that's how Upasana develops. We've talked about that before also. So the point here is that the act of surrender, what is it that we are surrendering? Ātma-Nivedanam. Nivedanam means that you are offering, but what we are offering? It is the manovritti that is being offered in reality. But to get to that stage, we do Archan, Puja and all those other 8 stages first. And then this is the culmination in Ātma-Nivedanam. Because in Ātma-Nivedanam, there is great amount of energy. In fact, total Shakti transmutes into Bhakti. हमारे में जो शक्ति है, every kind and every nook and cranny word, literally where energy is moving, it has been changed into Bhakti. Now, from a more Tantra point of view, the Bij Mantra Kleem, K-L-E-E-M, Kleem Bij Mantra jo hai, that is the binding force between Radha and Krishna. So, Om Kleem Govindaya Gopijanna Vallabhaya Krishnaya Swaha. This mantra is there to the Vaishnava, in the Vaishnava Parampara. Kleem mantra Kalika Devi ka mantra hai, Krishna Bhagwan ka mantra hai, and Kamdev ka bhi mantra hai. And they're all the same in that sense. In what sense? Again, there's a lot of metaphysics behind it. But the Kleem Bij Mantra is a seed mantra that opens up all kinds of, all dimensions of prema. वो प्रेम का मंत्र है. Love, it is love, 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 and only flooding with love. That is Kleem Bij Mantra. Tremendous. It is one of the Mahavidyas. So it is possible through Guru Kripa to do sadhana just with Kleem Bij Mantra. And again, you need to have initiation for that. You can do it. It's not like we cannot do that. But if you want to do like 51,000 times or 100,000 times, and a Siddha Guru is necessary to guide the individual, because there would be, you're opening that dimension into that higher. It is a pathway through Tantra. A Tantra ka ek marg hai. So that particular form of guru is required, who is a siddha, who knows that path very well, and who knows where the shishya is going through and what's happening with the shishya, because you're activating tremendous amount of energy when you do the Bij Mantra sadhana by itself. Only take one Bij and go all the way, all the way, all the way. Again, that is just another approach, right? It is possible to just do bhajan kirtan. Just do bhajan kirtan, but with bhav. What is the internal feeling inside of Samarpan, Ātma-Nivedanam? Yes, absolutely fine. It is also possible to use another path, more like Jnana Yoga path, to go through the scriptural studies. Like, take for example the Gita. Someone says, I want to really, study the Gita properly and the verses. So that is a more Jnana path, by studying the verses and contemplating on them and all that. And then offering that as a devotion towards Bhagwan Krishna. So that is where Jnana Marg then transmutes into Bhakti. So the Jnana and the Bhakti, they bridge together through the Shastra and the various teachers and gurus. So there's different paths. The Tantra path, you can use one Bij Mantra or series of Bij Mantras and try to go all the way. But even if you do that, you still have to have complement from other paths. Some people don't want to use the Bij Mantras because, unless you're ready for that, you cannot do that. Your system cannot handle that. That's why you need to have preparatory steps to do that. And the same thing with Shankaracharya ji has taught, that to reach Aham Brahmasmi, to reach that extraordinary Tattvamasi, the 6 Mahavakyas, right? In the Upanishads, what are they? Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Ayam Atma Brahma, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, Pragnananam Brahma, and Soham. These 6 are the Mahavakyas. These are the six great utterances in the Upanishads. That is the essence of all the 108 Upanishads. But to reach that stage, we need to be ready for that. So our internal mechanism of the Antakarana has to evolve into an undisturbed, non-contaminated bhakti. You see, worry, fear, tension, negative emotions, all this thing is a contaminant. It is contaminant in bhakti. बहुत ध्यान रखना चाहिए इसमें. We don't want contaminants. As I've given this simple example, we've talked about these examples. If you have fresh milk, go to Wawa or Acme and buy one gallon of milk. And let's say somebody in the house says, you have a beautiful gallon of milk, open the red cap, and take 1 teaspoon of mud and put it inside there. It's not chocolate, it's mud. Will you drink it? क्या होता है उसको? The milk is not at fault. We have contaminated it. Similarly, when bhakti is developing within us, don't contaminate it. बहुत ध्यान रखना चाहिए भक्ति को, इसको सुरक्षा, to protect bhakti. भगवान स्वामीनारायण इस पर क्या कहते हैं? His whole life was about this. Dharma, Jnana and Vairagya are the protectors of bhakti. What a tremendous thing. When this concept he pulled out, he propagated this concept. Maharaj propagated this concept. It's a long history behind that. But this concept is in the Vasudev Mahatmya scripture written by Vedvyasji. What is the point here? Don't contaminate bhakti when it opens up. Be attentive. Oh, that purity of devotion has opened up. Now it has to be protected. For example, when we buy a gallon of milk, why do we put it inside the refrigerator? Leave it outside in the 80-degree sun. It will spoil within very shortly. The bhakti is extremely rare in life. Kisko bhakti milti hai? They think that they're doing bhakti, but there's a lot of contamination. Bhagwan ko to, God is not, Bhagwan ki daya hai, krupa hai. He says, if you take 1 step towards me, I take 10 steps towards you. That is the grace of Paramatma. Bhagwan, Bhagvat Tattva aise hai, wo jo Tattva, that reality, that Parabrahma, he doesn't see the fault of the devotees. If God started to see our faults, we would never reach anywhere in life. So Bhagwan dekhte nahi, because we're like child, hamari kya, we don't have any, in this Gujarati we say patrata. Patrata means that kind of, qualification even to reach that bhakti like that. That is by krupa that bhakti is given. That is why the grace of Radha ji is necessary, Radhika ji. Bhagwan Krishna ke saath jo Radhika ji murti hai, is extremely important. Nimbarkacharya installed that murti of Radhika ji for the first time in this world. This is long time back. And that is why the grace of the ideal bhakta is necessary. The prema that Radha ji has for Krishna, she is the one who can grant that to us, if we want that. You see, so she holds the key. The doorway into that prem, into this Ātma-Nivedanam bhakti, is held by Shri Radharani. Nobody else holds that key. She's the only one who holds that key. You see, and that is why we say Radhe Krishna. We don't say Krishna Radhe. You can, it doesn't matter. But you say Hare Krishna. Hare means Hara, means Radha. This Hare Krishna means what? Hara, it means Hara plus Krishna is Hare Krishna. That is how those two words are combined. And Hara is the great Haladini Shakti, the intense energy. But what is that energy? That energy is the binding force in the Brahmand. All of the forces, the weak forces, strong forces, the electromagnetic force in physics and all that. This is all binding forces. वो सब राधा तत्व ही है. That's what it is, a binding force of love. And that Klim Bij mantra is what is running this entire billions of universes. Bhagwan Krishna ki jo by his will, this Klim mantra comes out. And this Klim mantra is so intense that it is the root from which billions of universes are sustained. ये कोई सामान्य बात नहीं है. One mantra, one seed mantra, where it originates. You see, so it is a tremendous metaphysics behind it. We don't have time to go into that. It would require 30, 40 hours to even begin to understand the metaphysics behind the Klim Bij mantra. I'm in fact in the process of creating an 800-page volume on the research behind the Klim Bij mantra. Ye kya hai? Because when people come here, sometimes we do this with the couples and with families and all that, and people thinking, what is this thing? Okay, some sound somewhere. No, it's not like that. There is a phenomenal thousands of years of history behind this, that this great Mahan saints have talked about. And not only that, the the actual neurology, psychology, the metaphysics behind it. So this book, sometime later this year or next year, sometime we'll get it done, and it'll be available. It'll be available as a PDF. You can listen to it, and we'll be able to do a lot of good things with it in the future. But my point is that bhakti is the goal. Bhakti is the sadhana, and bhakti is also the goal. Bhakti is not just a purifier, as some people believe. Yeah, it is. Advaitic masters will say it's a purifier to reach the Atman, no doubt. That's not wrong. That is absolutely correct. But there is even a stage, even after realizing the Atma Tattva, Brahma Tattva, there is something called Brahma Swarupini Bhakti. And this is in Swaminarayan Sampradaya, Shriji Maharaj specifically emphasized this point. And the Gita also says so. Beautiful. Brahma bhutaha prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samaha sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. And in the Shikshapatri it says beautifully, Nijatmanam Brahmarupam dehatraya vilakshanam vibhavyatena kartavya bhakti krishna se sarvada. Now, in just 1 minute I'll finish this right now. How to understand this in simple way? That when we are in the highest state of purification and the Brahman, that we are considering ourselves as Akshara Brahma. Who am I? I am Brahman. I am Akshara. I am imperishable, immutable, unchanging, divine, Satchit Ananda. That is who I am. In that realization, see this point, in that realization, भगवान की उपासना करने. माय गॉड, अभी ये क्या अद्भुत बात है ये. निजात्मानं ब्रह्म रूपम देह त्रय विलक्षणम विभाव्यतेन कर्तव्या भक्ति कृष्ण से सर्वदा. In that state of Brahma Swarupa, you are there is the activity of bhakti in the state of being the Brahman. How is that even possible? It is possible, but that is a very supra-metaphysical subject. But from where we are, if we reach the Brahmic state, if it actually happens, all saintly qualities are with us. And in that state, there is uninterrupted bhakti, not as sadhana. It is not sadhan bhakti, it is siddha bhakti, it is sadhya bhakti. That bhakti has been reached, and now bhakti has opened up at such a level where the Brahman is realized. And even though that the Brahman is realized, the Parabrahma Tattva is still to be, the continuous upasana of the Parabrahman remains. This is one of the key teachings in Shri Vachanamrutam. बहुत अद्भुत बात है ये. I'm just putting it out there, just to put it out there, because to talk about this, we would need thousands of hours to even to explore what that dimension is. But just, it's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't need to worry about thousands of hours. We need to directly just drink that juice. You don't need to worry about where that sugar cane came from. Put it inside the machine of Jnana and Vairagya, get the juice on one side, let all the other stuff go on the other side, and drink the juice. And woh Harinam. That's it. Very simple. You know, Hari Naam lena, Hari Naam Sankirtan. Jitna kirtan kar sakte, itna karna. You know, there's always a limit to it psychologically, and then you do other things, Gnan Yoga, Karma Yoga, and then go back into Bhajan Kirtan. Hari Naam Sankirtan. Bhagwan ka naam nahi chodna. Sab kuch, you know, we are ready to sacrifice our man, vritti, pran, indriya for this sansar and this worldly experience, for vasanas. Why not this time take that energy and place it towards Paramatma? Why not? What's there to lose? Do it one time at least. Jivan sarthak ban jata hai. Jivan ka meaning, the life reaches its full potentiality. Otherwise it is just burned away into kam, krodh, lobh, mad, matsarya, shadripu. Shadripu, the 6 inner enemies, will destroy the internal power. No, don't allow that to happen. Give it to Paramatma. भगवान के शरण में जाना, भगवान के भक्तों के शरण में जाना, राधिका जी के शरण में जाना, हनुमान जी के शरण में जाना. जो स्वामीनारायण भगवान के भक्त है, गुणातीतानंद स्वामी, गोपालानंद स्वामी, जो बड़े बड़े संत हो गए, उनके शरण में जाना. You see, ऐसी सब बात है. If you're worshipping Ramakrishna Paramahansa, then study Vivekananda Swami's teachings. Go into that carefully. जो भी Guru Parampara है, bona fide good, fantastic Guru Paramparas are there. They are just by grace, they have come into this world. Vaishnava Parampara hai, so go to the various Goswamis and go to their teachings and go on that basis. Take any path you want, but it should be a genuine path, and get out of this vortex of Shadripu. Whichever way. It's one final thing before we go. Swami Chinmayanand said this beautifully. I'll never forget it. He said, if your clothes are on fire, clothes, aag lagi hai. Think about this. And 200 feet, there's a small pond or swimming pool is there. What is the thought? The only thought is, let me run and jump into that 5-foot swimming pool. Their thought is not about vasanas or about what I'm going to have for dinner or what kind of restaurant I'm going to go to, or no other thought is there. It is that intensity of, my God, all my clothes are on fire. I have to go and jump into that pool. That is the Santa Sarovar. Bhagwan ke jo sant hai, Bhagwan ke jo sant ki jo sadhuta hai, that is the cooling power. Jumping into satsang, jumping into Harinam, jumping into the Swarup of Paramatma. There's a beautiful verse on that Balto Jalto Atma Santa Sarovar Jai Satsang Rupi Lerma Tarat Tado Thai. This is in Gujarati. One of the things that we heard many years back, that Santa Sarovar, Satsang ka, Sarovar means it is the lake or pond or like massive amount of water. When we jump into the Gita, jump into the Brahmachintan, our internal energies settle down and we reach Shanti. Shanti mil jati hai. If the clothes are burning, and you can burn the whole skin, burn the whole body, you have to jump, you need water to cool. Similarly, this Jivatma is getting burned by these vasanas, burned by the Shadripu, burned by the constant tension and worry and fear inside this sansar. This is why Bhagwan kehte, you come to me, Daivi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durate. You come directly to me, I'll take care of it. That is the cooling effect of devotion, and that is Ātma-Nivedanam. When we even approach Ātma-Nivedanam, Purna Shanti aa jati hai. Tremendous peace comes inside. That is the power of Ātma-Nivedanam. We're going to spend the whole month on this. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll stop here from now. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Deva Maheshwara Gurudeva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Divalingaya Namaha Urdhvalingaya Namaha Anandalingaya Namaha Anandalingaya Namo Namaha Kalakantakataya Namo Namaha Om Navachakrangaya Namo Namaha Chandraya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Nakshatra Vigramate Namo Namaha Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Shri Umamaheshwara Swamine Namaha Divalingaya Namaha Shri Radha Krishnaya Namaha Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha.